Before we get started, Ocho, obviously what has transpired, the Sugar Bowl between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame was postponed, and senseless act of terrorism. And so before we get into the show, we want to have a moment of silence for those that were impacted and all the New Orleanians that was impacted, the family, friends, and loved ones of this senseless and tragic. So we want to take a few moments to pause to heartfelt condolences to those that were impacted by this. I know sometimes it's really hard for you to try to wrap your mind around something that's so senseless. I would encourage you to be vigilant, but not be afraid. Go about your normal life, because that's what terrorist cowards try to do. They try to put you in fear for your normal everyday activities. But we should not. We should be vigilant, but we should not be afraid. As we know, there is something that a person that sits high, or spirit, or whatever you believe, that sits high and looks low. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the omnipotent one. And I know right now it's hard to understand, but I encourage God to give us all strength and understanding that what transpired today to start 2025, someone wanted their moment, and they took the coward's way to do just that. To all those that's impacted, all people that lost loved ones, that lost family, that lost friends, the Nightcap crew, along with many others, sends our heartfelt thoughts and prayers. We pray that you gain comfort. We pray that you have understanding, and in time, and only when you're ready, hopefully you find peace and solace in this. Ocho, my heart breaks. I can only imagine receiving the news that some people received, that this had happened. But I do understand, but I do sincerely in all my heart believe there is a higher power and a higher being, and we don't understand. Everything is not meant for us here to understand. But I do believe sunshine follows rain. And it's really dark right now for a lot of people in New Orleans and for the city of New Orleans, because I know you're mourning, I know you're hurting. But just know you're strong, and think about what you've already overcome from Katrina and a lot of other things that have happened in that city. You're built for this. We're built for this. And like all things, we'll get through this.